Yo, what up, YouTube? It's your boy Joe Barber. Put a different angle, just to get a different video. Anyways, man, it is 8:06. Today is Wednesday. I'm on my way to the shop. I have a video shoot, or an interview to do with Ken's 5, which is the local news here in San Antonio. They do a lot of small business. On Wednesdays, I guess they visit like different small businesses within the city and interview people and ask them questions about what they do and how long they've been doing it, why, and whatnot. So they reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to be part of it, and I was like, for sure. I mean, it's free publicity, and it's always great, to be able to see yourself on TV and show people what you do. Be able to bring more people in, make people aware of the possibilities of what you often think, because barbers, all we deal with is hair, so we think everybody knows the possibilities of what we can do with hair, and that's not necessarily true. So it is what it is. So I really like to be able to keep that in my mind and push the business, push the brand, push the art, and let people know that barbers can do so much more than just fade or color hair or mustaches and beards. So mentally, the way I prepare for this is I've already had selected an image. They had reached out to me last week, so I already had selected an image. And what today's motive is, we want to get a specific person's attention, which is Dennis Rodman. So I'm going to do a portrait of Dennis Rodman. And the reason I selected Dennis Rodman is there's a few reasons. I love Dennis. I love who he is. He's himself. Bad boy. Watched him when he was a Piston. Was a big fan when he was a Spur. Then he went to Chicago and teamed up with MJ and Pippen. But also, y'all must remember, when he was in Detroit, he started getting haircuts and getting designs. And that happened in Detroit. Actually, the first haircut that I saw that had a design on his head, it said Trilogy. And I want to say it was when they had won back-to-back championships, I think. And then I guess they were going for the three-peat. And that didn't happen. But regardless, I know that's what I remember. So he helped put that on the map, along with Anthony Mason, for me. I don't know about y'all guys out there, and maybe y'all too young. I don't know. I don't know nothing about that, but for me, that's what got my attention into doing hair art. So I think that was dope. And throughout Rodman's career, I mean, even when he was here in San Antonio, colored his hair green, colored it blonde, looked like Demolition Man. He did all types of stuff with hair. Wow, this guy almost hit this other car. It's crazy. Anyway, yeah, y'all see the system in the back. People, I'm pretty sure a lot of bass heads out there notice that real quick. Those are the Sundown ZV5 12s. I got two of them ported in a box from I think it's GP Audio. The amps are Memphis Bells, two Memphis Bells. They're old school Memphis amps. I already had one for a long time, and then I purchased another one on eBay for like $200, man. It was dirt cheap. So anyways, and I just use those as my sub amps right now, but I do have a little system in my vehicle, and I'm still into bass. I don't always jam it all the time, but I do have my logo in the back, so sometimes when I put music on, I'll be jamming out to like Lecrae, Andy Mineo, anybody from the 116. Have the windows down, gets people's attention, and then when I pass them up, they see the number and whatever. So that's my a little way of marketing. But the way I prepare for doing portraits, I pick the image, I pick something that's gonna be defined, so for a fact that it is who it is. I study it. Sometimes what I try to do is draw it out on paper. I try to draw it at least 5 to 7 times. A little bit more if it's more detailed. But I try to sketch it the first go around. I just sketch it. I don't, nothing. I just want to know where the eyes line up, where the nose, the mouth, how wide, where the ears, all that kind of stuff. And then I get more into detail as I go, and I try to get more detail in the middle, like by the third, fourth image, I get a lot of detail, make it look really realistic. And then after that, I just try to drive fast without looking at the image. And that just puts the image in my head. So when I do it, that's how I prepare for barber competitions. You know, when I did the New York Barber Battle, I did 3 portraits in 1 hour. And it was very intense, but I had mentally prepared myself by doing the image a lot. So if you're out there and you're into getting into barber battles, you know, I want to do a full video from start to finish of how to prepare for a barber battle, how to travel. You know, some people out here, like some barbers that are, you know, watching these videos, y'all may not have traveled before. You don't even know what you can take on an airplane as far as your clippers and, you know, how to secure them so blades don't break, you know, little tips and tricks and how to, you know, board a plane, how, you know, 24 hours before you can check in, make sure you're on the first group, you know, all those kind of little things to teach you. You don't want to check in your clippers, man. Dudes don't care. They throw that thing, especially if you don't have foam around them or if you don't have coverings on the blades or whatever. And there's a lot of tips and tricks that you can use to protect your tools. So anyways, that's another video down the line. But very motivated today, very happy, very excited. Woke up at about 5:45, 6 o'clock, let my dogs out, did my breakfast thing. I didn't eat breakfast today, I just did my coffee. Kind of meditated a little bit, you know, got my thoughts together and, you know, was just planning in my mind what I want to do with my life, where I see myself in a year from now, what I want to do, what I want to be capable of doing in my life, whether it's paying off debt, having financial freedom, you know, creating a book that people can read about my story and my views on hair art. I think that's something that's very important for the next generation of barbers to understand how art plays a big factor in this world that we live in. It's a great way to express yourself. And I think some people do it because they love it. Some people do it to fit in. Some people do it just because they want something different. You know, it's all kind of reasons to change your hair. Oh my goodness, this person. I wish I could see the way these people drive in San Antonio. Look, what are you doing, dude? Oh my God, bro. I'm telling you, man, this dude literally stopped. I'm letting them get in and they make a complete stop on the highway. Crazy. Anyways, I'm not gonna let those 10 seconds ruin my day. And that's what I'm talking about, being mentally strong. You know, don't attach your emotions to, you know, I see so many people, and I was one, that get road rage. And, oh man, I'm gonna go chase that guy. He didn't put his blinker, and oh, he cut me off. And yeah, man, I'm used to that now. In San Antonio, the driving is horrible. Bad. That's another channel that I wanted to make. You know, just this guy right here in front of me in this truck, no blinker, you know, just move 3 lanes. So anyways, that's another channel that I wanted to make, just driving around. I think once I do it, I want to become an Uber driver. I want to just record everything. And I have a dash cam. I've removed my dash cam to put the thing in, but this 4K dash cam is dope. So I would recommend y'all to have that. I usually record stuff and just save it on my memory card, but like I said, man, I'm not gonna let those little 10 seconds of someone almost hitting my vehicle, doing something that's totally the opposite of when you get on an on-ramp. You don't slow down because someone is moving at 70 miles per hour on the highway, and you can get hit and you can cause a chain reaction of other, you know, domino effect of other vehicles that are not paying attention, and someone could hit me from the back, blah, blah, blah. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and just throw that into the video. But I want y'all guys to understand, man, that mentally you have to be prepared to do designs. It's not just like, I wouldn't recommend to wing it and freestyle it. If you have time, if someone ever asks you for any kind of design, try to get it, you know, a few days in advance, print it out on a paper, and do it to the exact size that you want to put it on the head. I think that's the most difficult part of doing designs, is when you try to make a big image small or a small image big. It's very hard, you know, for the brain. Now, if you're skilled and you're capable of doing that, great, man. But if you're not familiar with doing artwork and you're not, it takes time to be able to do that. But if you're able to print it out to the exact size that you're gonna put it on the head, print it out that way and study it that way. Put the image on the head and like with the paper and imagine it there and be like, okay, this is, you know, where you want to center it, whether it's in the back of the nape area, on the left side, right side, the center, under the exhibital, on top of the exhibital. You have to take all the curves and scars, all that kind. You got to take that into consideration before you do the image. And if you're not very familiar with doing, it's okay. You have to start somewhere. If you've never done designs, I would recommend, like, say you're gonna print out a team logo. Let's just use the Knicks as an example. I don't know, it just fell. Oh, something on my watch, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, what I want y'all to know that is when you're gonna print it out, I would suggest you print it out about 4 or 5 sheets and cut one so you can do the silhouette of it on the head, right? And then the second one, if you have, you know, if you have an extra one, you can individually like cut it out same way, silhouette, and then cut it in half so you know where the center point is and so on and so forth, and you kind of piece it together like a puzzle. Now, you don't have to do that, but if you've never done a design, that's something that I recommend. You put it on in pieces and, you know, outline it with an eyeliner. I wouldn't recommend a marker because you can't wipe that off. A white eyeliner is great to do. That's something that I teach when I teach people how to do designs. Man, today's been quite a journey getting to work, you know, with the traffic, and it's not raining or anything, so it's just crazy my morning. But yeah, so anyway, I know there's a lot of things going on right now. I'm getting distracted while I'm driving, but I do all my videos in one take. I don't erase stuff, so y'all know that I just don't have time to do that. But what I do is I record these videos, I post it on YouTube, and I erase it from my phone. I have a Galaxy Z Fold, so right now this camera angle is great, and I think from here on out I'll just do my videos that way for you guys. And yeah, because, you know, you get to see my chin. I look a lot thinner, I look cleaner. You don't get to see my belly, but I am making time to hit the gym, man. It's just today I have to be here. And tonight I work a private event. Every Wednesday night I work a poker game. So I have a station set up at this apartment, and I go over there and I do haircuts, and I cut business owners and poker players that they pay me to cut their hair there. A lot of those guys are very busy and they don't have time to get haircuts. So on Wednesdays when I'm there, they know that I'm reliable. I've already cut them a few times, so they pay me to cut them. So hopefully today will be a good day. I usually average between, you know, $400, $700 a night cutting those guys. And it's all on convenience. You know, when you become a mobile barber, me personally, I charge $200 if I travel to you to go cut your hair. You know, regardless of what haircut you're getting, it's about the convenience. It's about me taking my tools with me, gas mileage, all that kind of stuff is all bundled into that. So I used to charge by the mile and all that. I just said, nah, flat rate, 200. And then if you want me to cut, like say I'm cutting the dad, and then you want me to cut your son, or you want me to cut your brother, it's $100 every person after that. And that's how I do it. That's, you know, because the amount of time it takes me to pack up, the amount of time it takes me to drive, the amount of time it takes me to set up at your place, have my lights, and have everything to be able to, you know, satisfy your needs as far as your haircut and the experience and sanitation and all that. It just takes a lot of time. So, and if I don't charge that, you know, if I was just charging 100, a lot of people would be able to pay that, and then I wouldn't be here at the barbershop. You'd be busy driving all over San Antonio. I'm not too fond on driving, as you can see. There's just a lot of people out there that don't know how to drive, so it sucks. But regardless of that, I charge 200, and that's what it is. And if someone doesn't want to pay that, that's great. It's okay. I can stay at my barbershop and I get pretty booked pretty quick. So that's that. But I do that event tonight, and then I work Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. But starting next month, I'm no longer available on Saturdays because I'm trying to really focus on my mental health and getting prepared to do my school. So on those days is when I work on my business plans. I work on the pros and cons. I go look at other buildings that are available for rent. Those are the things that I'm making time to do, and be a smart businessman. I'm trying to gauge how much money I'm gonna need to do my school. Right now, the main thing is the channel letters that I need to put outside where it says Barber College. Obviously, it needs to say that. And should I just use the letters, or should I budget myself really low just to get started? And then once the school gets going, then I can change my sign to something better. Those are the things that I have to kind of keep into consideration. I feel like there's enough space. I'll probably show y'all right now. So that's the sign right there. I want to move that blue sign where it says House of Cards and scoot it over, and then put House of Cards Barber College, or just Barber College. That's something that I'm thinking that I might do. So yeah. So anyway, that's what I'm thinking that I have to focus on right now, and really try to sorry, let me turn these lights off. Try to, gauge all that, and that's why I want to take time to do that. And it takes a lot of mental, energy to crunch the numbers and make a budget, and just keeping everything in line, and being an owner. And it's a daily task. It's usually at the end of the day, you're drained from cutting hair. If you're busy like me, you don't have the energy, man, and you're kind of like frustrated. You might be hungry. I don't eat lunch sometimes because I'm busy. And I just focus on man, I gotta cut hair, I gotta be on time, I gotta be ready, clippers gotta be sanitized. I use a different cape on all my customers, so I gotta wash my capes, dry them, and have them ready for the next day. And there's already a lot on my plate, and then on top of it, sometimes I'm like, man, what else can I do for marketing? So these are all the things that go through my head as an owner, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of guys out there that are barbershop owners, and they understand me and they feel me. And the barbers that want to be owners one day, just know that it's coming. The more you're organized, man, as you get older, the more you're organized. And I'm talking about planning your day. And I know I used to make fun of, these kids back in the day that had the daily planners and all. Man, now I regret not picking up on that, man. So now that I'm older, I'm trying to be more organized. Like I said, I'm always holding myself accountable for the things that I do, the things that I don't do. And I apply all the lessons that I learned throughout my week. I apply them, and okay, man, I'm growing. Every day is either an inch, a mile. Either way, I'm always growing. So don't be afraid of growth. And it's like lifting weights, man. How you expect to get big if you don't get sore? You're gonna have those kind of days where it hurts, but you're growing, and you gotta accept that and bring it on. So that's my morning spill today, and I appreciate all the people who've been watching the videos. I'm gonna keep putting this is something that it makes me happy, because not only am I getting to share my thoughts and putting stuff out there and putting good energy out to help other people, it also helps me because I'm not often around people that I get to share ideas with. I don't get to sharpen my mental and my physical and all that kind of stuff with somebody else, because I'm so I got just tunnel vision when it comes to doing what I'm doing with my work. But at the same time, this gives me an outlet to be able to reach other people and share my daily events and the things that I do. And yeah, man, I could record a lot of my haircuts and I can make great videos, but like I said, I've done that already, and I'm kind of like at that point where I'm like, okay, man, I've been doing that, so let me do something different. I feel like this is something that barbers need to hear. I feel like this is something that can help more people, instead of just there's thousands of barbers now that are on YouTube, and everybody wants to be a celebrity, everybody wants to be an educator, everybody wants to do all these things. And I'm like, okay, maybe I need to be more of a mentor, a little bit, because I know I'm not every day, I don't have a podcast, I don't have all that stuff, man. I have my phone, and I'm trying to make them the best of it. So my customers here. So anyways, man, that's the reason I'm doing this, guys. I really feel like I said, man, if I can reach one guy, one woman, one barber, one whatever, and help y'all guys with these videos, then I've done my job, and that's great. And there's a lot more to come. I still have a lot of things that I want to share with y'all. It's just a matter of making time whatever's my priority, and I push forward with that. So, all right, man, y'all stay blessed. Y'all stay faded. See y'all soon.